All right. Let's talk about the races here at Atlanta. Right here, right now. I'm telling you, I've been watching so much Daytona '07 for really the past week and a half, getting ready for this race. Feel free to drop any comments or any questions you got in the chat. Only going to be on for about 30 minutes today. I still got to make lines for the Truck Series, which, if you guys didn't reserve, that contest filled. Which, man, I wish that contest was more than just 5,000 people, because that thing filled like really stupid fast today. Gonna make sure I got everything over here. I got so many tabs open. And then I'm already getting questions about F1. The picks video will most likely be recorded in between Xfinity and the Truck Series race today. So that'll be out later today. Let me see. Yeah, Trucks is straight stacked from the back. I don't really see any other way to go about it there. You can get as crazy as you want, only 5,000 people, so you don't necessarily need to just build like crazy lines like I normally do for the Truck Series, but I'll still do that. And then for Xfinity, I'm leaning more towards a 4-2 type of build, because I do want to try and grab a lap leader, which I would imagine it's going to be probably a Kali car or Junior Motorsports car. I'm still going to be primarily playing guys from the back for the Xfinity Series, just because that's how it's going. And it's so funny because for even last year and for the 500 or for the Daytona 500 to start the year, I would always just show projections, just giving everybody a 20th place projection, and people would be like, "Oh, you're mailing it in. Oh, you're you know, these ain't real projections." So for this week, for these two races, I projected people to finish, where they should, and then everybody's mad because I'm not giving, Jesse Iwuji a 20th place projected finish. I'm projecting him for like 30th or something. So, but yeah, for both these races, I imagine it's gonna be like a plate race. If you watch my Xfinity, my Xfinity video, if you watch the Auto Club video that I did on last Thursday, yeah, I did it either last Thursday or Wednesday, and those are still my thoughts, and we're seeing it in the race of we're gonna see gigantic runs out of the corner, and the only way to pass out of the corner is to jump to the outside lane. A lot of those runs are not going to be blockable, and so if you go up there, you're gonna end up wrecking the field. The choke points are certainly going to be the center of the corners, because you're going to have gigantic runs, and you're going to have checkups from those guys having to wheel the car into the corner. You're just going to naturally have the cars get slow, and so you're going to see guys jumping out to the outside lane in these races. And so no, Sterling, like Gregson, I never play the pole sitter for plate races, and there's not enough laps in these races to justify playing the pole sitter here. That's why I was saying, like, if I'm chasing a lap leader, it's going to be somebody like Landon Castle, it's going to be somebody like Daniel Hemrick, it's going to be somebody like A. Allmendinger, because they're at least giving me some place differential there, and it's not just like the guy starting up front. Because let me see, I opened up Trucks at Atlanta twice. I meant to get Xfinity. Hold on, give me a moment. Yeah, I opened up my Xfinity sheet twice. Or not my Xfinity sheet, my Truck Series, sheet. Gosh, my computer is so slow. It's just getting worse and worse, and I got a crap ton of room on this hard drive. Okay, now I got Atlanta open again, because I need to be able to see where these guys are starting. And also, it's weird that Parsons isn't on DK. They just never bothered to add Stephen Parsons, and if they have added him in the last 10 minutes, I haven't seen, or really last half hour, I haven't seen it. But yeah, so like lap leaders that I would actually like bother chasing, it's AJ, it's Hemrick, it's Castle. Same thing with Creed and Hill. I think the RCR boys are probably going to work pretty well together, and I think they're going to stay together. So you can go to that if you want to take that type of argument. But outside of those guys, it's me playing guys from 20th on back. And like I said, these contests aren't as big as we normally deal with, and so you don't necessarily have to get as crazy. I probably still build lineups with guys that you just shouldn't build lineups for, like Shane Lee, Matt Mills, Loris, probably together in a line. But I believe a majority of the ownership back here is going to go to Tommy Joe Martins. It's going to go to probably Ryan Vargas, probably going to go to Jade. Anthony Alfredo for sure, Riley Herbst for sure, and Matt Snyder for sure. And so I don't mind playing, what is that, 4 or 5 guys there? I don't mind playing that, all those guys in line, just throwing somebody like, hell, even a Wooji. Like, the Wooji's going to be dead last, going to be off the pace, and for Xfinity, that is. And this is going to be an attrition play. I see the Xfinity Series race going much greener than the Truck Series race, and we've seen that before at pretty much most of the super speedways, that we see the Xfinity Series, keep it green, unless if it's like a Daytona, then the back markers all wreck themselves late in the race. But the Xfinity Series is the one that is probably most likely going to stay green for a majority of it, and that's why I'm leaning towards at least throwing in a lap leader to most of my lines. Now, when we do look at the Truck Series, this is going to be an absolutely ugly race, and when we look at chalk and this race, I think it's most likely going to center around Chastain. I think people are going to play Jordan Anderson. He got his oil line fixed. I don't see that being an issue there. People are most likely going to play Zane Smith because he finished second at Daytona. People are going to play Timmy Hill just because he's safe, which I'm on board with that. People are still probably going to also play John Hunter Nemechek, despite the fact he's going to the rear. And same thing with Ryan Preece. And honestly, Ryan Preece is probably my favorite guy. If I was going to bet somebody to win this race, I would honestly put on Preece. I'm not going to play Preece DFS. I'm not going to play Nemechek DFS. My player pool for the Truck Series is 20th on back, just because I think this is going to be a gigantic race of attrition. Across the board, we're seeing just drivers and teams react just to the fact that, this is more of a super speedway than they first envisioned or that they first considered. And I think it's going to be pretty crazy. Let me see. Your main man, Awuji, in play. Yeah, sadly, I think he is in play. I'll have him in a line for sure. I think I was able to get 3 lines reserved for the Truck Series, and I think I have 4 or 5 for Xfinity. I'm going to add that when I'm done here, and I'll probably have a Wooji in one of them. What's going on, Clutch Hat? And I do appreciate you, Clutch. I appreciate you watching, man. You watch all my DFS videos. You watch all my CSGO videos. You watch all my gaming videos that I upload. So I appreciate you checking out those clips there. But yeah, man, this is it's turned into a much easier day than I envisioned. Since it's more so going to play out as a plate race, and it's difficult to handicap and really project how guys are going to go. It's not as intensive, isn't the word, but it eases the work that we have to do and stuff. It's still been a long day already. Let's see what else. Yeah, I'm stacking from the back for the trucks. That's just how it's going to be. If I lose, I lose. That's just how it is. For Xfinity, I do want to talk about Xfinity more, if that's okay with you guys, because I think you get the gist on the trucks. That's going to be unpredictable and stuff. But let's really try and dig in. And like I said, I plan on being live for 30 minutes in total. I think we're 10 in right now. Yeah, we're about 10, so I'll be on for 20 more minutes. So let's really dive down into Xfinity, because I think this is going to be the real fun one to make. And so if people are looking at super speedway finishes, I think that really makes people like Loris is going to be off pace. Loris is going to be slow. How quickly do we see the first caution in Xfinity? I think we go quite a long ways in the Xfinity Series race. I think people give each other a lot of room in Xfinity. My main concern is that we go 30-40 laps without a yellow in Xfinity, and that's going to easily start lapping guys who are staying back for the big wreck. So at least entering, I'm well aware that can happen. I think there's a huge chance of that happening in this race, and I'm going to accept that. And so once we get past that, to knowing that a bunch of the guys that I do like are most likely going to get lapped, I really love the idea of playing Mason Massey. I don't think anybody's going to play Mason Massey at all. I really like Kyle Weatherman. He'll obviously be more chalky than Alfredo, but he or less chalky than Alfredo. He's going to be less. He's going to be higher owned than Massey, but less than Alfredo. And the reason why I like Massey and Alfredo is because Massey is right in between Snyder, Herbst, and Alfredo. Kai Weatherman is right beside Anthony Alfredo, and I think he has the exact same amount of upside. Sage Karam is there. I don't have a good lean on him in terms of ownership. I think people are going to go to Jade Buford, and it's probably Buford. I still say Buford. Kyle Sieg. I think Kyle Sieg is going to ride. I don't see him doing much. I like Ryan Vargas. I think he's going to ride as well. And Matt Mills. Really, the BJ McLeod cars. I love playing BJ McLeod cars at plate races, and this is a race where I think we're going to get even lower ownership on Matt Mills, on Josh Williams, and Mason Massey than we should. Matt Mills, if you remember how Daytona went, he was right in the back, avoided the big wreck at the end, just didn't make up for it, and he actually hit the motor of Myatt Snyder's the motor when Myatt Snyder crashed, and so Matt Mills is going to take care of the car. I think Josh Williams is going to take care of this car. Jesse Iwuji is clearly not going to be in the pack. The only way that he gets involved in a wreck is when he's getting lapped. That's the main concern there. In terms of safer plays or casher plays and guys that at least have a higher chance of guaranteeing you a top 15 finish, it's Herbst for sure. It's Alfredo for sure. It's Tommy Joe Martins for sure. I want to try and be on those guys. I want to try and be underweight on those guys because I think everybody's going to, especially the fact that we just had practice day, we're only going to have about 4 hours to make lineups. People are going to be watching the Truck Series race. I really want to be underweight on Herbst, Alfredo, and Tommy Joe Martins and really pepper ownership on Massey, Weatherman, Karam, Kyle Sieg, Ryan Vargas, Matt Mills, even JJ Yaley. He's starting 21st. And I didn't mention this in the video last weekend, but there's a lot of money going into this race. When we were at Phoenix, even early in the week at Phoenix, like last Monday, we had teams announcing sponsorships and deals and guys hopping into cars for Atlanta. Everybody knows that there's a lot of eyes on here, and you can argue how much a NASCAR sponsorship is worth, and I think it is still quite small. I think the return on investment is quite poor, but every car in this race is sponsored. Every car in this race was ready to race here. I mean, hell, look at JJ Yaley. JJ Yaley has an in-car camera or an on-car camera on the roof cam. JJ Yaley has a roof cam. MBM has a roof cam. I can't recall the last time MBM had a roof cam, and JJ it had to be back when he was racing for Joe Gibbs back in the 2000s. There's no way these teams aren't putting in money for Xfinity. I think that leaves the door wide open, and it's more like Truck Series is more wide open because anybody can wreck. I expect that race to be ugly. Xfinity is more wide open because a lot of these cars I think they're going to try and compete when it comes late in this race. And I fully believe that wrecks in this race are going to come from the front. Unless it's an accordion effect entering like turn 3, for example. Like if somebody throws a bad block for first, they might end up wrecking for like 13th in the center of 3 and 4. But due to that, I don't think Mass is going to be racing up there. I don't think the BJ McLeod car is going to be racing up there. I don't think JJ Yaley is going to be racing up there. And I think Parsons is in the BJ McLeod car as well. In the 99, but yet again, he's not in DK, so he's not a factor. I like both these races. Okay, yeah, Xfinity does have a competition caution lap 30. 50 you guys in here. I do appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. Like I said, it's kind of a play track, so more of a let's just kind of react and have fun, or not react, but let's relax and have fun and kind of just hang out for another 10 minutes and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're gonna get absolutely low, or like just piss low ownership on these guys that are in bad cars in Xfinity. Like Shane Lee. Shane Lee's gonna probably be there at the end, at least surviving. Probably not racing for the win, but I don't see him getting involved in a wreck. I don't see these guys in the back tearing up cars, man. I really don't. If people are gonna wreck in Xfinity, I think it's gonna be the guys running up front. And so that's why it leans to me. Like, I think Gregson causes a wreck in this race. I really do. I don't see Gregson not racing aggressive because we've seen him block tons and tons of times. And say what you will about Gregson. Obviously, I'm a Gregson fan, but he races like a madman. Um, yeah, I think Gregson causes a wreck in this race at some part. And where's Gregson going to be running? He's going to be in the top 6 all day. Um, I think that's how it's going to be, or I think that's how it is. What is it? I think that's where these wrecks are going to happen. I love Jesse Little for the trucks as well. He is in that slow team. I forgot the name of the team. I just closed out of it too. Hold on. We'll even look through his practice laps here, which you can get if you go to the Patreon in the link in this. Oh crap! Did I even upload? Did I even update the? Yeah, the link is here. So if you go to Patreon, you can look through the practice data and stuff, and we can see how many laps these guys ran. And Jesse Little's in the Randy Young car. For whatever reason, I thought he was in the G2G with Poole, but that is Jaskell. So my bad. So like when we look at Truck Series, I'm basically stacking the same guys that I loved for Daytona. The young motorsports cars are gonna race smart. They're gonna be there at the end. Spencer Boyd is gonna be there late. It's surviving, not in terms of winning. But I don't think Spencer Boyd is going to be involved in a wreck. I don't see Jesse Little racing stupid getting involved in a wreck there. Um, I wish Poole was in just a slightly better car. Now he was. Where are we at here? Let me go to practice. He was decent on times. Let's look at Poole real quick. Poole went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We had 13 laps in practice. Not bad. Like honestly, I don't think Poole's that bad of a play, and people might be scared of these cars because they've seen how poorly and how off pace like Enfinger was in the 500 or in the 500 in the Daytona opener, and how slow these cars have been in general. But I like Poole. I like the young motorsports cars. I like even the Rayum brothers cars, like Thad Moffitt. I think Thad's gonna try and race stupid, but I don't think Hacker is gonna race. Timmy Hill is clearly not gonna race. Timmy Hill I wish Timmy Hill was starting a little bit farther back. 23rd for Timmy Hill doesn't scare me off in there, but like usually I would build the line at 20th, but I don't trust Corey Heim because they're going to be racing. He's going to be very popular, and he's going to be racing up there. Chase Purdy, don't want to mess with him in a Hattori car. Chris Wright, probably going to do something stupid. We get to Jack Wood, who just ran a ton of laps, and right, am I remember that correctly? Where you at, Jack Wood? Yeah, Jack Wood ran the most laps in this race. You can either look at that him being comfortable with the car, him gaining confidence to race. I don't like Jack Wood. So when we get to 23rd with Timmy Hill, from Timmy Hill on down, that's my pool. That's where I'm at. Zane Smith is clear chalk. I'll probably want to be underweight on him. Like I said, the Truck Series contest is only 5,000 people, and it's already filled. And so Zane Smith might push like 60% in that. Even then, like you don't have to get insanely crazy to have a unique lineup for the Truck Series today, just because the contest is so small. So maybe playing Zane Smith, if he wrecks, you're not going to win, but you're still going to cash pretty easily by playing Zane Smith. You're still going to cash pretty easily by playing Jordan Anderson. All things considered, even if these guys get wrecked out, I think you're going to be fine cashing with 2 drivers that are wrecked out in your lines. So you can either look at that like I'll either just embrace playing Zane Smith and Anderson in lines, or I feel completely okay just fading both those guys because the contest is so small, and then I can just get that big of an ownership switch. which I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to fade Zane Smith and Anderson just because the contest is so small, and I think they're going to be so highly owned that just getting off those two there, regardless of what they do, I'm happy with. Like, and clearly, if Zane Smith or Anderson wreck, it'll hurt lines. If you're playing him, I don't think it hinders you from cashing if he wrecks. And then clearly, if you don't play him and he doesn't wreck, it'll elevate you to probably at least a top 10% line in the contest. Let me see here. Mainly Herb Seed and Martins. Would you play Hill over Mayer in that line? Read Mayer. Hill over Mayer in Xfinity. I would play Austin Hill over Sam Mayer. That's where I'm at. And then let's see, I accidentally talked about the Corey Heim truck, not even seeing that comment. So that's what I think there. I think Corey Heim and Zane Smith and Anderson will probably be the highest owned guys for the Truck Series race. That's what I'm thinking right now. How much time do we got till the Truck Series lock? Real quick. See, I got any emails, any Discord messages while this loads. Not seeing anything. I guess I could just pull it up on my phone. It'd probably be faster. We have 40 minutes until lock, so I'll be live for probably give or take another 5 minutes. That's where I'm at. What is Xfinity? It's at 6,300, almost 6,400 of the 9,400 in that contest. I wish I had more lines in the Truck Series, man. I just lost track of time, didn't pay attention, and that damn contest filled with me only having 3 lineups reserved. I would have easily dumped. I probably would have dumped more lines into the Truck Series than the Xfinity Series. Damn, the F1 contest already at 7,600 people. Gonna have to reserve contests in that one as well. All these contests are too damn small today. Too dang small. Small boys. And yeah, Young's Motorsport. I love playing Young Motorsports at races like this, and especially because Wright is in the on point car. Like, thank God, Chris Wright, or he's in the Al Nice car. Like, thank God, I don't have to deal with Chris Wright in the Young's Motorsports car. I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's a shame that Matt Mills is starting 14th because I would have played the heck out of him in trucks. But yeah, dude, I love Xfinity. I love the Truck Series to be a wreck fest, and it doesn't even have to just be guys wrecking like stupidly. This track is going to be self cleaning, man. There's nowhere to go in these corners, and the runs are going to be absolutely huge. And these guys wasted a ton of time in practice. Like, you could tell the trucks were clearly not sure what they wanted to do in practice because they stayed in line. They weren't really passing. Sure, they got a bit crazy at the end. Then we had Anderson lose the oil line, and then the end of practice was taken away from them. But Xfinity guys went right out there, understood what the track was going to be like. Cup Series went out there, knew what the track was going to be like. Truck Series was tiptoeing. They were the beta testers of this track, and they lost a good portion of that practice session. Like, Ben Rhodes said he was playing it safe, man. For a what is it? When the thing first started, we were where were we at here? That was my main concern. I even wrote in the notes on the sheet that I was worried that people were going to be too cautious in this practice session and learn nothing for the race. And I think that's an argument that you can make, is that sure, the Truck Series was out there first, but I don't think a lot of them got the feel of what it's going to be in a pack. Sure, they got side-by-side racing, but when you saw Xfinity, they were side-by-side. They were pushing. They were getting used to what this car was going to do. Cup Series, you clearly saw them run as a pack. Truck Series, they were hesitant. They were scared. And so I think that's another notch towards guys spinning out in 3 and 4, guys spinning out on the front straightaway, guys blocking runs that they probably shouldn't out of turn 2. And yeah, that's where I'm at for the Truck Series, man. That's gonna probably be the most fun one to watch, in my opinion. And then today's just an awesome day. It's gonna be a fun day, dude. Let's see. I think that's where we're at. I think everybody kind of understands where this race is going to be at. I do appreciate Sterling, Chris, Nick, Clutch. Thank you for commenting and posting away in the live chat today. I know it's a bit of a quieter Saturday, just because everybody is probably making lines right now or looking at stuff. But I do appreciate you coming through and watching everything. I don't know what time I'm going to go live tomorrow. If I do 10, I'll most likely miss the start of the F1 race, which I'm fine with that, to be honest. Not sure what time I'm going to go live tomorrow. It'll be in the morning for the Cup Series race, which that'll be another awesome race. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you got any questions, feel free to message me on Discord if you're part of the Discord. If you're not, consider joining the Patreon. Get our sheets for NASCAR, for F1, whatever you want to do, whatever package works for you. Or just message me on Twitter or tweet at me on Twitter, and I'll send you my thoughts and stuff. Thank you for being here. And Hamilton, I'll answer that in the F1 video and stuff. So thank you guys. We'll talk